Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. Watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Dainese Solarys GTX gloves, available at RevZilla.com. That's right, I said gloves. This is Solarys GTX. It is a Gore-Tex 2 to 3 season cool to cold weather glove. Again, giving you Gore-Tex with really a touring configuration with a full gauntlet, or you can go to the short version, which gives you really an undercuff design, adds a little bit of mesh, still Gore-Tex, but ultimately designed a little bit more of a lightweight fashion. So think over the jacket or under the jacket, depending on how you roll, and then specifically for $10 less, giving you an under the jacket option, which Dainese has started to do in the last few years. Now, when we think about it, it is non-insulated. So when I say cool to cold, I really think fall, spring, take it into the depths of winter at your own risk. And ultimately, this guy with a little bit of mesh venting directly to the Gore-Tex liner, again, it's gonna get even cooler. Again, giving you more of that tempered setup. When I think about this within the Dainese family tree, I think 3 season cold weather being that Scout 2 around the same price point. Again, these guys come in just north of the $150 mark. And for Gore-Tex, coupled with leather and a little bit of Clarino with the full gauntlet, that's actually a lot of glove. We're big fans of the price point that Dainese was able to design for and fit. And we think this is actually gonna eat out of a lot of the chili bowl of some of the higher end, more technical, more expensive gloves in the Dainese line, really for the rider, making it more accessible to get the best of waterproof breathability. The other nice parts about this glove too here in the Solarys, you're getting Touch Tech fingers. Again, you're not getting the bonded Gore-Tex liner to the outer shell, so it's not Gore plus grip. You'd have to step up to something like the Universe to see that, and that would be well north of the $200 mark, but all in well executed. Now, let's talk briefly about fitment. I'm wearing a size large. I wear a size large in both gloves. They're typically, in my estimation, American cut from an Italian manufacturer. Dainese, Revit, First Gear, Icon. They're all going to be more of along the lines of that similar American cut fit. Alpine Stars these days is a bit more of a Euro fit. So if you're used to wearing an A-Star size XL, you'd be a size large in Dainese. Keep that in mind. Use a size chart. No surprises there. The days of having to go up or down sizes based on the size chart from Dainese are long behind us. They've evened it out. I'll also say there's a light pre-curve to this glove. Really, it's more of that sport touring type feel without being overly aggressive, and there's plenty of elastication keeping it where you want. The last thing on fitment, this glove really just has a basic strap. This is going to have a dual cuff. So notice you have a wrist adjuster keeping it on your hand, and then you have the ability, plenty of room, and I still have my bracelet on underneath that, it's creating a little bit of extra bulk, but you can go over top of your jacket or underneath your jacket. Really for $10 extra, the Solarys Long gives you a little bit of refinement there and the flexibility to be either able to go under or over. The only thing that's going to make it harder to go under cuff on this glove is the fact that they've given you additional ulnar protection on the lateral side by raising it up and adding some of the temper foam. Now, they're not hard parts, but again, getting a jacket over top and underneath, you'd have to have a pretty big cuff to do that. So keep that in mind. They have really differentiated there. Keep in mind also, we're going to ship free over 39 bucks, and I'd love if you click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel, leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the new Solarys. Now, diving into the glove itself, notice you have a dense textile on the cuff. Moving up, you do have some elastication at the wrist. It gets a little bunchy in there. I like the fact that they seated some reflective within this leather, and again, you have more of that hardcore textile covering your hard shell knuckle. Now, it is a little bit of a wider knuckle than something like the Scout that we've seen, but it's not overly wide and non-ergonomic. Notice that is going to be seated in goatskin. Goatskin is a full grain leather, but it does a little better when it gets wet. Remember, this glove is designed to get wet, and as you work your way up, textile, elasticated panels, a little bit of raised temper foam mid-digitally, and then you turn into a bit of a spandex material on the ends of the fingers. Now, ultimately, over time, they may get caught on Velcro. Always love to see leather wrapping or leather caps on those fingers if you can. As you move your way across to the thumb here, notice amica suede on the inside of the finger, great snot patch. The left side's going to have a visor wiper, stretch on the thumb, pretty basic, and then you move into the palm of the glove. Now, if this was a $180, $190, or $200 glove, I would be moaning right now on the lack of leather in the palm. But for around the $150 or $160 mark, I really can't complain that much about the fact of it's got leather in its control patch, it's got leather on the tips of the fingers, you have your touch deck, you have your palm slider for lateral slide, like a low slide, or even putting your palms down. Again, they've done really well while maintaining some cost control here. And again, they've even given you some outseam lateral protection here. Like I said, $20, $30 more expensive, I'm going to want to see more reinforcement in the palm, but ultimately I'm willing to make some trade-offs to make this more accessible to the rider. Now, we already talked about our cuff. Notice this big stretch panel here, nice 3 to 4 inches wide. Again, Dainese has done a good job at executing, and I really do look at these gloves for the prices that they're at and really think they are going to cannibalize higher priced gloves, especially being that they are Gore-Tex within the Dainese line. So make sure you're checking out the Scout Evo for 3-season cold. I give these a 2-season warm to cool rating, really stretching into cold weather if you have heated grips or if you live in California. And this guy, by having the mesh on the back of the hand, in the cuff, and the tips of the fingers, really gives you the ability to stay a little bit cooler longer, thinking you're going to be more of a casual rider that still needs waterproofing, again, if you go with the short cuff version. Again, you save $10, but again, you're getting a slightly different positioning. And I will say this, these gloves need to be tucked underneath the cuff because it is a short cuff, but they don't look great and finished, again, if you're wearing them and you have a big gap. So just keep that in mind, especially for some of you taller riders with longer arms. If you have a little bit of a gap, you're really not going to want this end of the cuff to be exposed because, again, it has a functional line, but it's not the cleanest, most stylish line where it terminates. Now, the next step in your journey is to click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com. Read other rider reviews for the Solarys short or long Gore-Tex gloves. You should not just take my word for it. As always, we'll ship free over $39. If you want to talk to a Gear Geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion, the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.